Celsius? All right, today we are on page 193, and we're learning about temperatures. I want you to see that on these two thermometers, you've got Celsius and Fahrenheit. Now, not all thermometers look like this. Think about the thermometers you use at home. Some you might put in your ear, you might hold under your tongue, it might go on your forehead. There are lots of different types of thermometers. There are thermometers that you use when you're cooking and you stick it in your meat. There are thermometers. I have one in my freezer outside to make sure that it's staying cold enough. But this is the traditional looking and where you have to count off the little units in between. It's kind of like a ruler. But I want you to notice something. First off, these have C's and these have F's. And that's because this is Celsius and this is Fahrenheit. What we use is Fahrenheit. But a lot of other parts of the world use Celsius. If you'll look over here, 32 degrees Fahrenheit is freezing. That's when it can snow. But that's 0 degrees Celsius. They mean the same thing. Our water boils at 212 degrees Fahrenheit or 100 degrees Celsius. It means the same thing. When you're taking your temperature, normal body temperature, now what this means is average. So you might have some people like me, I run a little low. Some people might run a little high, but when you add it all up, the average body temperature is 98.6. And even for somebody like me that runs low, it's not a lot lower. My low is actually 97.6 and has been for years and years and years. I have a friend whose normal body temperature is 98.9. But you see, they're not very different from that. They're pretty close. But in Celsius, that's 37 degrees. The other thing I want you to notice, when you're figuring out these in between, each one of these lines, you count by twos. And the bottom is 70 here, the top is 80. So your numbers can't be smaller than 70 or bigger than 80. It's going to be 72, 74, 76, 78, 80. Here, what two numbers is it going to be between? That's right, 20 Celsius and 30 Celsius. 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30. And see, it shows us. Now see right here, it didn't get to a line. But we know the number that's in between 74 and 76. That's 75. So you're just going to count on by twos. And if it hits in the middle, just figure out the two around it. And you can figure out the middle one. All right, let's do a few together. Oh, one other thing I want to point out. See how when they answered it, they put that little circle in the air? That means degrees. And then you're going to, oh, I can't get my lid off. There we go. And then you're going to write the C or the F for whichever one it is. Okay, so let's come over here. Both of these are going to be Fahrenheits. What two numbers is it between? That's right, 30 and 40. This would be cold. This would be cold weather. Let's say that we go out and check our thermometer and the red is all the way up to there. Let's figure out what it is. 30, 32, 34, 36. I don't have to go any farther, do I? It's between 34 and 36. What number comes between those two? That's right. This is 35 degrees Fahrenheit. Let's look here. Let's first go ahead and just label it. What two numbers is it going to be between? 50 and 60. Good. So I'm going to start with 50 and I'll work my way up. 52, 54, 56, 58. Go back and add my little degrees. And if I said that it was this, It's 52 degrees Fahrenheit. Great job. Now let's do a few Celsius. (10 to 20 degrees Celsius. So, whoops, I see my finger. So we've got, counting up, it can't be smaller than 10, can't be bigger than 20. 12 degrees, 14, 16, 18. Our temperature landed between the 14 and the 16. 14, 16. Yep, 15 degrees Celsius. Now this one is 0 to 10. So it's not going to be double digits yet, is it? Because it can't be bigger than 10. So we got to count up by twos. 0 plus 2 is 2, 4, 6, 8. And it got to 6. So 6 degrees Celsius. That's how you find your degrees on a thermometer.